Yo, what's up? What's up, everyone? Good to see everybody in the social media streets. And I just want to say hi to all the people in the chat. What's up, Melinda? What's good? What's good? Thank you for being patient and just really waiting for me too when it comes to with this podcast. Just had to get my H2O, water and all that because I was really thirsty. Been so busy just taking care of stuff, those kind of things too. But big back, God damn, I can't even talk today. So big shout out to all the people who are here and for those who are watching this live and watching our replay. If you guys could hear me, if you guys could see me too, when it comes to with my built-in camera too, feel free to let me know because not only I'm using this camera, but also I am also using this camera too. So just when it comes to with that, for readings as well. So yes, indeed. So let me see. You got a ghost. Well, I put a filter in for my camera, so it's like the background's fading. So when it comes to with that, um, how about now? You guys should probably see me too. I'm not sure what's going on, so let me fix that real quick too. So should work right now too. So when it comes to, it's all dark. Is it loading on your end too? Because I could see my camera just fine. Well, that's a shame. Let me take a look again too. Let's see. Give me a sec. Oh, you guys still can't see me? That's super weird. I'm not sure what's up with my camera settings too, but okay, cool. I mean, when it comes to with that, I mean, it looks like my, camera is working on my end too when it comes to with that. So apologies for that too. I'm not sure what's going on with my cameras per se too. Let me see if I could play with these headers again before I, you know, chat with you guys for a bit. So there you go. So hopefully everyone is doing well, and especially for those who are watching this live, and, watching the replay too. So when it comes to you with this podcast, and especially for those who want to stay up and talk about different topics we want to talk about, this chat is for you guys too, first and foremost. And I welcome you guys to the after hour conversations, a place for people to really just chat for a bit, have fun, learn something new, and all the above with that too. So when it comes to with that, especially when it comes to with this podcast, let's get on with it, shall we?
Yes, get on with it!
Okay, so when it comes to with the podcast as well, so for those who are just wondering, when it comes to with this podcast, I hope everyone is doing well out there too. You guys probably know who I am, life coach, nerdy hippie, and all that too. So when it comes to with the introduction to me, first and foremost, it's will explain, when it comes to with my social media profiles and everything else too. And when it comes to with today's podcast, especially to what I really want to share real quick, and for those who are interested in just really getting a reading from me too, you guys are more than welcome to really just share or post any kind of questions relating to, entertainment, or if it's relationships, or if it's wellness too, at any time as well. If you want like a card, or if you want like a 3 card reading too, at any time, no pressure if you don't want to. And today I just really want to talk to you guys for a certain topic too, real quick, if you guys are open to really just listening about when it comes to with just boundaries, or should I say, what was that talk about? I was talking about boundaries, and really just when it comes to with yourself, and especially when it comes to knowing your worth, basically too. So I just really want to talk about that real quick too. And it kind of when it comes to with this topic of boundaries and really just knowing your worth, it's just something that really just like a theme too that I keep seeing on social media. I'm not sure if you've been seeing that too when it comes to with that. So when it comes to with this podcast, and especially when it comes to what's happening out there in the world too, I'm not trying to like have like rose-colored glasses out there too. That a lot of things are shit out there, and especially in America too. And I'm not going to get into the politics of it because that's not the point of this podcast. It's just when it comes to just you guys want to just talk about certain things or even just get something off your chest, express yourself, and even just doing that in a powerful way can really just help you to really just connect with each other and to really just learn a different perspective too if you're open to that as well. So today I just really want to talk about, boundaries and self-worth basically. And this thing really just came up to me recently, especially with the posts that I've seen too on Instagram, because I'm really active on there too when it comes to with Instagram, not just for my business, goals too, but also personal as well. Just really learning something new and to really just, see what's going on in the world and what's happening. Really just getting my source of news. I know it's kind of like, to each their own when it comes to with Instagram, but when it comes to just really knowing what's going on in the world, me personally, I just use Instagram just to as a source of information too, and to really just connect with people, of course, and to get paid as well, which I have nothing against that too. Shout out to all the genuine content creators and entrepreneurs, especially if you're in the wellness space, if you're in a relationship space, or your entertainment space, or all the above too. So when it comes to with that and really just, connecting with that too, when it comes to just talking about boundaries and self-worth. And it's a lot of crazy shit going on too. And it just, I'm not sure how you guys feel about this too when it comes to with that. And just like, from what I've seen too, when it comes to what's happening out there, it's just made me really feel kind of sad. Just really seeing what's going on in our, government and everything else. And just like how people act on social media, and especially when it comes to with how people, talk about certain things or even just like in general, it's kind of I'm not saying I'm worried, but it's kind of like I'm just really feeling sad about it too for anyone who's just, listening. And if you guys can relate to that in your own way too, you're more than welcome to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about it too. And it's just, it's unfortunate how things are nowadays too, especially in America too. I know America is a weird and crazy place, or should I say a crazy weird place too. But when it comes to just um, really, you know, connecting with yourself, knowing who you are, and really just having boundaries and self-respect for yourself too, when it comes to who you are as a person, not letting anybody trying to like put you down or trying to, control your mind, trying to manipulate you, trying to indoctrinate you too. Or if I'm saying the word right, indoctrinate you too. And it's just really just doing your best to have your wits about yourself too, who you are. Even if people don't resonate with that, that's totally fine. It's really good to really just be our own self because, we're our own individuals. If we're all the same, then life would be boring, if you really just think about it. And shout out to all the content creators who are really just, keeping it real and genuine and transparent too. And especially for those who really just, don't beat around the bush and really just tell it like it is. I'm the same way too, but sometimes, for people who are listening, it just really comes up as just really me being sweet. But I'm just a genuine person who's transparent. So when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with like what's happening out there in the world too, and it's really important to really just bring more love in, especially literally and metaphorically, when it comes to who you are as a person, energetically, when it comes to with your own energy body, with your emotions, when it comes to with your heart, saying that of course too, and physically of course too, really just appreciating that physical meaty body that you have too, from your cells to the skin, the DNA, your teeth, everything. And even just when it comes to with your own spiritual journey, when it comes to how you connect with, with source, with God, however you really want to just express that too. And I just really want to share a quick video for you guys too, if you guys ever want to just watch that or just really, you know, to really just, get a good kind of like understanding where I'm coming from too. So I was just really scrolling on Instagram. I like to scroll on Instagram and just really looking at stuff and just when it comes to with that too, just really learning about the world, entertaining myself, learning a different perspective and all that. But there's a specific video that I really want to share with you guys too that really just caught my interest. I don't know if you ever seen this before on any social media platforms too. But if you want to give it a good listen to when it comes to with that, and feel free to share your feelings and opinions and thoughts about this video too, especially for anyone who's watching this live. And this is like a really powerful video too. Let me see if I could pull it up here by, here we go. So
you have to become the villain. You have to cut out the people-pleasing bullshit. You have to stand up for yourself when you see shitty shit. You have to call out people when they're lacking integrity. You have to speak to things when people cross your boundaries. You have to stop pretending you didn't see what you saw. And you have to call people forward when they hurt you. Real healing isn't about being compassionate all the time. It's about being fucking honest. On Instagram, there's this bullshit love and light narrative around accepting everyone, being compassionate, understanding because they've had trauma, all this bullshit. But I'm here to tell you, all of us are fucking adults and we need to start acting like it. You do not need to put up with bullshit just because someone has trauma. Yes, you can understand why they do what they're doing, but you don't need to put up with it. Get ready to be the villain and I guarantee you'll start healing. If you want to heal, you have to become the villain. You have to cut out the people.
So that's the video that I saw too on Instagram. That just really, kind of really, stand out, recently too. And for those who really just want to talk about when it comes to with self-worth. And it's just when it comes to in the wellness space too, it's just like we're really open to really just accepting everybody too, especially with the open space. And I get that as well when it comes to with just really being that way too, because even for those who are just really genuine and caring people, it's just like, you want to just invite people who are really cool people down to earth and really just really doing that from a healthy space too. But at the same time, it's really good to really just, to really just set some boundaries with yourself and with other people too, who really kind of cross the line. And especially when it comes to with, it could be with family, it could be with friends, it could be with colleagues, it can even be with lovers too, or even just anybody in general, and just really knowing your worth as a person and to really just having the strength and the courage to really just standing up for yourself too. Because, even with me in the past too, I've been like the most biggest people pleaser ever, just really wanting validation from my peers to family to friends. And I really just realized something too when it comes to with that. It's just when it comes to just not respecting myself and really just, telling people like, hey, that's not cool. I don't think that's right. And really just knocking that shit off, when it comes to with that. And not to say I've, not done that before, I have, but when it comes to really just being consistent with it, especially from a genuine and transparent space where you can really just get your point across to where you don't really have to just yell at somebody or to really just to really just put people down too. It's like, hey man, it's like kind of like, let me play you a clip that can really describes what I'm talking about like this.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, like that. So when it comes to with that, um when it comes to with that, it's just when it comes to with really knowing your worth, and when it comes to with everything. And just for those who are just watching, this podcast or even watching this live and watching a replay too, and it's just really knowing your worth as a person, and really just when it comes to with, oh, let me put this away. oh, when it comes to you with boundaries, just really, creating that for yourself and really just taking note of that as well from a fun space. And especially when it comes to boundaries, with yourself and with other people, with your environment, especially just really taking the time for yourself to really just, creating boundaries. And especially when it comes to a family, if they cross the line or if they just like did something wrong, just especially towards you too, or if you're just recognizing that within yourself, it's like, hey, maybe I should just, to really just change that around or just tell that person, like, hey, I don't think that was cool. Just really knock that off. And really just, using your voice in a really powerful way. And especially when it comes to with boundaries, it's really important to really just set those boundaries on a daily basis, especially for those who are just, who are really just genuine, people like ourselves too. And for those who are in the wellness space. But at the same time, for those who are just really having trouble just setting boundaries, just really practicing creating them too, especially with yourself, especially with people that care about you, that you care about as well. And it's really just balancing that too, to where you can really just respect yourself, but also to really just be caring at the same time, if that makes sense. Because like that video that you guys just watched too, you don't really have to be the villain. It's like what, like when it comes to like with the main character syndrome, it's like you want to be the hero or you want to be like the villain. And sometimes too, like with people pleasers, for those who are listening, sometimes we really want to be like the hero in everybody's story. And sometimes in most cases, that's really impossible because it's like people will take, advantage of that too. And especially when it comes to like with, taking your kindness for weakness and just really understanding that, most people won't really just show you the kind of respect that you should receive too. And some people may. So it's when it comes to with just really just setting some boundaries with yourself and especially with other people to where you can really just respect yourself and to really just really, you know, be a genuine person at the same time, if that really makes sense too, for anyone who's just watching this too. So when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with the throat chakra too, and just really, yeah, I'm not sure if you guys could see that too. Feel free to let me know. And yeah, exactly, right, Melinda. And it's just like when it comes to like with boundaries, it's just like the perfect clip to describe that is just similar, like
Ain't nobody got time for that.
so it's kind of like if someone does something wrong or if they do something unjust. And just really, you can really just say, hey, man, like, or however you want to say to as like a kind of like a metaphor as a phrase. She's just like, you know what? That's not, what you did was not cool, man. Just like when it comes to just disrespecting somebody or disrespecting you, or if you just really recognize that within yourself and just really taking a step back and to really just when it comes to with that do some reconstructing to just really noticing things that you're doing, how you're doing, what you're saying, how you're saying it too, when it comes to with that, and just really practicing that cognitive reconstructing that can really just help you to really changing those, thoughts and actions around too when it comes to with that, because our brain is our biggest influence. Our heart is our biggest love muscle too, but our brain is our biggest influencer as well because we listen to things, we see things every day, and it's just like when it comes to with that, and you really just going back to the like throat chakra too, and it's just when it comes to with that, just really doing that in a really powerful way. Yeah, exactly. That is so true, Melinda. That's 100%. If they can't understand, that's on them. And it's just when it comes to with just, let me go back to this, clip here too, or the presentation. When it comes to with just boundaries, just really respecting yourself. It's like, you know what? If people don't, it's like if you set your boundaries and people still don't like want to act a fool with you, you just give them this look like this.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
Or just something more if you're like like a fire sign like myself, sometimes it's like, see if people want to just give you kind of disrespect or anything like that. Just, keep that same energy in a really genuine and transparent place. Like,
Shut up, bitch!
you know what I mean? And yeah, it's just when it comes to with that, just really taking the time for yourself to really just, respecting yourself as a person first and foremost, because when you respect yourself and really just setting that boundary with yourself to really just, be your own accountability person too, to where you can really just say, hey, you know what? I don't need to really just prove, like, pump my chest or get, yell at the scream at the top of my lungs. It's just like, I can get my point across to where it's like, hey, I don't I don't appreciate this or this and that. And then that's that. And if you don't like it, that's on you because I just letting you be known. And it's just really being genuine and transparent too. So, hell yeah. Yes, they do, Melinda. Yes, they do. Fire signs too, especially the Leos, the Aries, the Sagittarius too. So for those who love astrology out there too, shout out to all the fire signs out there. I'm a fire sign myself. My rising sign is in Leo, and my sun signs in Aries too. But my moon sign is Pisces. So it's really interesting. I got fire, but also with the gentle softness too with the Pisces, which is really emotional, expressive, creative, powerful, really cool stuff too. So yeah, shout out to all the fire signs out there and the air signs and the earth signs and the water signs too, especially. So, I'm not gonna, you know, you know, turn down all the signs too. Everybody's welcome to, especially when it comes to with astrology, from your sun sign to your moon sign to your rising sign to your Lilith placement, all those sorts of things too. So when it comes to with that, and again too, when it comes to with it, respecting yourself, really just having those kind of boundaries in place too. And especially when it comes to if you ever feel like you're just really hard on yourself when you're just really setting boundaries too, just really taking the time for yourself to really just bring some mindfulness to towards you and really just, sitting down with yourself to where you can really just, recognize what's going on and to really just allowing to feel what you're feeling, wherever that may be, and just really investigating that from a healthy space to where you can really just wonder where that's coming from too, and just really taking the time for yourself to really just nurture because how you nurture yourself and nurturing can really just not, just sitting in lotus and just, and just being in that quiet space, which is totally cool. Which is, if you guys are open to that, that is totally fine. That is your thing. That's cool. But for most people, they like to be active. So when it comes to with nurturing, how you can really just do that, just by either you can use your voice to hum or really just do some emotional field tapping, doing some movement, doing some dancing, doing some mirroring, with resourcing when it comes to it, just really nurturing yourself and literally and metaphorically too when it comes to with that, even by practicing mindfulness too. And not just like mindfulness as well, but also to just really just going through that transformation as well, especially for fall too, because it's like summer just went come and went too. And just like tomorrow is like the daylight savings is gonna end at, or believe where it's gonna start. So feel free to let me know if I'm right about that or not too. But when it comes to with that, it's just really, with autumn, just really connecting with that, just really noticing those changes, going deep within, letting go. And really just, like autumn too, like how the leaves change too, just really doing that for yourself when the time feels right, basically, too, when it comes to with that. And really just doing that in a really powerful way for yourself to really just sit with that as well and to really just have fun and really just, always, love yourself for who you are too. So when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to with like your throat chakra too, when it comes to with just, you know, talking with yourself. And there's nothing wrong talking with yourself too, talking about boundaries, knowing your worth, especially as a man and especially as a woman too, first and foremost. Because I'm a man and I can't tell other people what to do, especially when it comes to with other men and even women too. I can only just share what I know. And just when it comes to with just boundaries and just really doing your best to create them every single day for yourself and with other people and especially with your environment too, especially when it comes to with just using your throat chakra as well, just really doing that in a really powerful way. Even speaking with yourself too, speaking with God and how you want to really just connect with that, with source, with the universe, with God, however you really, express that with your own spiritual journey too. So when it comes to with that, when it comes to with those presentations, I hope those presentations too are really helpful too, and especially when it comes to with this. Let me see if I can add the video too. I'm not sure what's going on with my computer. I'm going to look into that as well. Let me see. Let me see. Especially, oh, there we go. Especially when it comes to with this video, I'll play this video one more time, and if anyone wants like a message for today, or just like in general too, feel free to post your question too at any time. Because after I share this video again, I'm going to show you the decks that I have today. And if you want like a message for today, a message from spirit, or with relationships, when it comes to if you want to have like a spicy perspective when it comes to with your relationships or entertainment or something too, just feel free to let me know. So let me play this clip again.
If you want to heal, you have to become the villain. You have to cut out the people-pleasing bullshit. You have to stand up for yourself when you see shitty shit. You have to call out people when they're lacking integrity. You have to speak to things when people cross your boundaries. You have to stop pretending you didn't see what you saw. And you have to call people forward when they hurt you. Real healing isn't about being compassionate all the time. It's about being fucking honest. On Instagram, there's this bullshit love and light narrative around accepting everyone, being compassionate and understanding because they've had trauma, all this bullshit. But I'm here to tell you, all of us are fucking adults and we need to start acting like it. You do not need to put up with bullshit just because someone has trauma. Yes, you can understand why they do what they're doing, but you don't need to put up with it. Get ready to be the villain and I guarantee you'll start healing. If you
So I'll make sure to post the video if you guys want to see it on Instagram. If you guys have like an Instagram account too. Yeah, anytime as well too when it comes to with like social media. So again, I'm about to share the decks that I have too. So if any of you guys want like a healing message for today, I got this beautiful deck right here, the Art of Attention. Wait, let me see if I could hold on. The background thing is really killing me right now. Hold on a second. Yeah, there we go. There you go. So I got the Art of Attention here when it comes to with this deck. If you want like a divine the feminine message, I got the Goddesses and Sirens deck here too, which is like the all-time favorites of mine. And for those who want a divine masculine message, I got the Gods and Titans. And for those who really want like a fun, spicy relationship reading too for entertainment, all that, I got the Hidden Desires deck too, which is comes in the black bag, which is totally gangster. So when it comes to with that, and for those who are watching this live and watch the replay, so but at any time, feel free to just post your question and let's get on with it. See what's up.
Let's get on with it!
Oh, you still can't see? Oh, that's unfortunate. You want 5 cards? Sheesh. Whoa, okay. I can only do 4s, but let me see what I can do for the Aries too. So let me pull my decks up. So for the placement of Aries, I could do that. I could probably pull 4 because I'm using 4 decks of each card. So I'll do 4. 5 is for like full readings too. So that's pretty much where my limit is. Let's see my decks. Well, I'll pull 4 cards for the for you too, for Aries. So I could do that. Let me shuffle my decks for a bit too, because I didn't even put them out there too. So let me see. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the podcast at least, especially for those who are watching this live and watching the replay too. I appreciate you for taking the time throughout your busy day or busy morning or busy afternoon or evening, especially for those who are watching this all over the globe. And if you guys, learn something from this, if you got some enjoyment from this too, then it's all worth it. So let me see here too. Let me turn over with this camera real quick. So I'm going to switch my camera to the other one too. Let me see. Let me see if you guys could see that. I know it's a little fuzzy, but let me see if I could do that real quick. So let me do that. And let's pull some cards for, the Aries reading too. So let's do that. So Aries placement. What can we learn from Aries placement too for people who are watching this? Especially for the fire sign of Aries too. So let's connect with that. Fire sign. Softness is a powerful answer here. So softness. That's one message. Let's do next message. I connect with that. Softness is a really good thing to really just be gentle with ourselves too. So softness is a really powerful message for those who can really just see this message right here. To really just bring some softness towards yourself too. So for the placement of Aries, what's the message for people can really just take? What's the message? Self-love. Ooh, Aphrodite came in here strong. Softness and self-love. That is a powerful combination right there. So, what is the Aries message here too when it comes to the divine masculine? Let's see. What's the message here for the divine masculine? Let's connect with this. And you want to share for the Aries placement? Let's do it. Wisdom. So that's a powerful message there too. So softness, self-love, and wisdom, which is really powerful too. And so let me see if I could pull these cards right here. And what is the last message too when it comes to with the Aries placement too, with the hidden desires? Hidden desires. Oop, card just flipped. A voyeur. What is that about? Hey, yo. A voyeurism. So that is an interesting message there. So for those who are, especially for the grown folks out here, and for those who are watching this, when it comes to with these podcasts, I pulled 4 cards for this podcast too. Since I'm using 4 decks, I might as well just use 4 cards. If I was using 5 decks, I'll pull 5 cards too. So it just really made sense to really just doing that. But for those who are just really watching this podcast for the first time, or for the second time, or for the third time too, whichever message that really just resonates with you, especially to the ones I'm about to explain right now, feel free to share your own feelings and opinions and really just your thoughts about it too when it comes to with these messages. And especially for anyone who could really just see these messages too, I'm gonna make sure you guys can really see them, especially with this camera too. So forgive me for the zooming in and out. It's just really focusing all at once, but usually it doesn't do that with my camera. So it's like a 4K camera, which is really good. But when it comes to it's like certain lighting, I gotta really work on that too. I'm just working with it the best that I can as well. So when it comes to for anyone who's really resonating with this message, is really all about softness. So when it comes to with softness, just really being gentle with yourself too, and really just doing that in a really powerful way, literally and metaphorically too. It's where you can really just be gentle with yourself, especially, to who you are as a person. And, whether you're a man, if you're a woman, if you're black or white, straight or gay, bisexual, etc. Just really, being gentle with yourself is the best form of self-care, self-love that you can never do for yourself too, especially if you've been through certain challenges, if you've been a people pleaser, or if you just have people just really, you've been through some things too with people and with yourself, and just really bringing some softness too towards you, especially towards who you are as a person, literally and metaphorically, can help you in so many ways when it comes to with this message. And when it comes to with self-love, when it comes to the message of Aphrodite, the beautiful Greek goddess of love here too. So when it comes to with this message right here too, when it comes to with self-love, if you could see this, it's just really practicing that in a really powerful way. And how you can really just practicing self-love, really bringing that love towards yourself, with your body, with your emotions, with your energy. It doesn't have to be like sexual energy too. It can really just be creative energy. How you can really just bring that love towards those places, when it comes to who you are, literally and metaphorically, with your emotions, with your energy, with your mind, with your, with your body, and especially within your own spiritual practice too. So in all the little kind of ways too, literally and metaphorically, just really bringing more love to yourself too, and really just doing that in a really powerful way to really have to be selfish, but also just really respecting yourself too, first and foremost. It really just aligns to I was talking about earlier when it comes to setting boundaries. That's like a really powerful form of self love too and self respect. So, or just really taking the time for yourself to really just doing that when it comes to with practicing self-love, just really taking it, really going deep within when it comes to with just expressing that and really just practicing that with deep within yourself to really love yourself in a really healthy and powerful way when it comes to with this message right here. And when it comes to with wisdom, when it comes to with this divine masculine message here too, just really taking the time for yourself to really just, connecting with that wisdom, just really taking action to really just, not only to know from your mistakes, but also to learn from your achievements too. And when it comes to you with connecting with that wisdom that you have, that experience when it comes to you with life, and just really doing that in a really powerful way to really just expressing that wisdom too, especially towards yourself, to where you can really just reflect on what you learned, when it comes to with mistakes and achievements, or even just like in general too, from other people and circumstances in your environment, especially when it comes to the people that you care about too, just really sharing your wisdom from a really powerful and loving space where you can really just give that awesome advice and really just coming from a place of just like kind of like a mentorship too, and in a ways too, or kind of like a life coach too. In a ways, I'm not, saying you don't have to really be a life coach, but when it comes to just expressing that wisdom, especially, sharing that too with yourself and even with people that you really care about too, from a loving space of genuine transparency too, to where you're not just beating around the bush, but also you're really just speaking from wisdom too, from experience, and really just doing that in a really healthy and powerful way to where you can really just help someone out, especially when it comes to with like certain lessons that people want to learn that they can learn too when it comes to with that. And it's really doing that from a powerful space too when it comes to with this message, if you guys could see that, of course, too. And for those who love the spicier side of life too, you got the warrior card too. So when it comes to with that, don't worry, this is shareable too when it comes to with YouTube standards. And it says to likes to hide or watch from a distance while you or others are having sex. Whoa. Oh my goodness. And when it comes to with like just being a warrior too, when it comes to with that, and it's just what the heck? What did just happen? Ugh. Anyways, when it comes to with that, and especially when it comes to just being a voyeur and just really doing that, it's just like, you like to really just observe basically and right? What the actual fuck indeed. So, but if you really just break this message down too, you really like to watch and observe too when it comes to with that. And in ways too, when it comes to with intimacy, there's nothing wrong with that because you can really just appreciate the finer things in life, especially when it comes to with like intimacy with yourself. It's like, huh, maybe I do look good when it comes to with my own body, or just like when it comes to with your partner per se too, just really taking the time for yourself to really just appreciate them from afar in a really healthy and consensual and intimate way too. If you're dating somebody who's really open to that, or if it's with your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, and wife, etc., and just really appreciate them from afar, and just really appreciate them too, just by giving a look and just like not in a creepy way, but also from a genuine space too when it comes to with that. If that makes sense to anyone who's just really likes the spicier side of life too, when it comes to with this message. So let me see if I could tilt the card down so you can see it. So there we go. So I'll share these messages again too for those who are just wondering what the hell is going on here too when it comes to with this particular podcast as well. So when it comes
Sound
to
like a porno star.
and let me just trying to like pinpoint my camera here too when it comes to with that. And okay, so again, for those who I'll share these messages again. So when it comes to with softness, just really bringing that gentleness towards you as well. When it comes to with this message, and just really bringing that gentleness to where you can really just be gentle with yourself and really just treating yourself too in a really genuine and powerful way when it comes to bringing that softness towards yourself, literally and metaphorically, and just really taking the time for yourself to really just loving yourself deeply too when it comes to with this message, and just really having that self-respect and really just loving yourself to where you can really just respect yourself and you appreciate yourself truly as a person to where you can really just stand up for yourself. You can really just love yourself. And in ways that's not selfish, that's you're just like being destructive, but also from a genuine space too. It's where you can really just, you can really just have strong boundaries and you can really just love yourself and really be a loving person as who you are, as, God intended to when it comes to with this message. And just when it comes to wisdom, just really connecting with that too. When it comes to with that experience, just really connecting with that wisdom. That when it comes to with just from what you learned, when it comes to with mistakes or achievements, mistakes, etc. To where you can really just share your knowledge too with yourself, or even just with people that really just like needed too from a genuine and transparent space if they're open to it, of course. And just really, connecting with that wisdom, that experience that you have too, that you've learned from life. And just like when it comes to you with using your masculine energy to really just um, expressing that wisdom too with your loved ones and with people that you care about too, in a really consensual, genuine, and transparent space too. When it comes to with this message right here, and of course too for those who loves the spicier side of life, also when it comes to with this message right here too, which is all about voyeurism too. So when it comes to with this message right here, if you guys could see that, just really taking the time for yourself, to really just appreciating your partner or yourself from afar too, and just really doing that in a really powerful way to really just, you know, appreciating, people too, especially if you want to just like really like glance or even just like when it comes to with like certain things too, when it comes to with that and just really practicing voyeurism from a consensual, healthy and genuine place and space, with yourself and with, other people too that you're dating as well, if they're open to it as well when it comes to with this message. So yeah, it's just like when it comes to with this particular messages here too. If any of these messages resonate with you, especially for those who are watching this live and watching a replay too, when it comes to with these particular messages that you can all take for, let me see if I could put this down. And yeah, especially for those who are just watching this live and watching a replay too, when it comes to with that. And I just really appreciate you guys for just really being open to really just, learning a different perspective, even if it's just feels kind of like spicy or out of this world too, when it comes to with that, and I appreciate you guys too, especially if you guys are need to sleep, if you guys need to sleep or any time for any kind of reason too, which I totally understand because when it comes to with this podcast, the theme of the after hour is really the theme of after hour for adults only too. So if you guys love talking about grown folks topics, especially when it comes to with entertainment, relationships, and wellness, I am totally going to be here for you guys 100%, especially if when it comes to with these monthly podcasts that I'm doing too. So really just doing these monthly podcasts and just really being there for you guys too, to where you can really just seek up information that you can really just learn from and to really just having fun with that, being in a safe space to where you can really just be yourself. And yeah, much love to all you guys, Belinda, your fan, Michelle, and all you guys too who are watching this live and watching our replay too. And of course, too, before I go, when it comes to with that, you guys know that I'm a life coach and entrepreneur, and I've been really just doing this for a long time. And I have a lot to offer when it comes to with the wellness space. If any of you guys need any kind of help when it comes to with specific things, if you want to learn more about cognitive behavior therapy, or just like when it comes to with mindfulness, or if you want to learn more about Reiki or somatic healing or essential oils, or even just like with other wellness products too that can help you to really just feel good about yourself, literally and metaphorically, feel free to check out my links at any time as well. Especially if you guys want like a Pacific like Oracle or tarot reading too. If you guys want book reading with me as well. There's a lot of options when it comes to just with subscriptions, and also too when it comes to with just with forms as well. So if you want to put any kind of information down too when it comes to any kind of help that you need from me, if I can help you out with that, and so much more too when it comes to with that, feel free to check out my links at any time, which is linked in the description below. But also too, when it comes to with that, you guys could, reach out to me on social media, or just like if you want to send me like a Google kind of question too, which like a Google form, you guys could do that too. Or you guys could reach out to me too at any time with my email, So wherever you guys want to reach out to me, any kind of method, contact method too when it comes to with that, especially if you want like need help when it comes to with cognitive behavior therapy, or just like when it comes to with emotional intelligence or mindfulness or Reiki, somatic healing too. Or if you want like a book, oracle or tarot reading too, it's where you want just like some perspective when it comes to with your career, with your love life, with your, spiritual journey too. And when it comes to with that, feel free to reach out to me or check out my links too at any time. If that doesn't really just fly with you too when it comes to the services I provide. If you guys just want to watch the content as well, especially like on Patreon as well too, that's totally cool. You could really just join for free, enjoy the free content that I provide for you guys too. Or if you want to just upgrade to more exclusive membership, that is totally cool too. No pressure. And when it comes to with that, and especially for those who love entertainment, for those who love relationships, for those who love wellness, and just really want my help when it comes to with those categories as well, just feel free to reach out to me, especially when it comes to with the links. And even if you guys want to join the Blissful Heroes community as well, it's totally free. It's kind of like joining like a really cool like, social media. You don't really have to like pay for anything too. You just really join for free, connecting with other people too who really are passionate about wellness, relationships, sexuality, and so much more. And I will see you around in these YouTube streets. And I if you guys are open to it tomorrow, I will be hosting another podcast too because called Attune and Clear Out the Bullshit. Is basically when it comes to just for those who love energy healing and want to learn more about energy healing and how you can really just, support your own energetic body too. So when it comes to with that, if you guys want to tune in tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys too when it comes to with that. So, you know, you know, it's at 1 p.m. Pacific time. I posted on my channel too when it comes to with that. So you probably will see a notification too when it comes to with the time. It's really posting on my YouTube and social media too. And yeah, feel free to stop by if you can too, because I'm have a co-host too with me too, if she's available to really just help me out with that too, because she's a co-host, which is going to be a surprise. So when it comes to with that, much love to all you guys who are watching this podcast. And before I go, I'm going to play a really inspirational clip just to help you to really just to learn some stuff too, especially from a really healthy space. So let me find that clip.
People don't like how you be yourself. Fuck them. Fuck them up against the wall. Wear handcuffs on and crazy through on their lips. That's all you do.
And that's all you do, So when it comes to with that, I thank you guys for watching. Much love to all you guys who are watching this podcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and many blessings. Right? Also, too, there's another clip too I could play as well. And for those who are just, fed up with people's kind of BS too, when it comes to with that, just really kicking them out of your life like this.
Go fuck out of here. Go fuck.
Okay, so I am about to wrap it up when it comes to with this podcast, and I will see you guys around tomorrow. So peace and many blessings.